It's the flag that you've been waving, flavor you've been craving. It's the Oops All Raisins show. Well, now I'm hungry.
All right, dope. Well, shit. So let's get it started. So for all of you out there in cyberspace, I am Pi. Thank you for being in the channel. We have Sound of Kalima here, just doing his thing. Producer, musician,
yes,
general, all around, just kind of nice dude.
kind of nice, dude. Kind of nice, dude. You know what I mean?
Man, I absolutely adore your positivity, man. You're probably one of the most, you're one of the most probably positive minded streaming individuals that I have as of yet to meet on Twitch. So,
hey, thank you, man. We try to keep
that energy.
we try to keep the positive mindset, life's too short, I'm most positive when I'm like talking to other people, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel like a lot of the positivity that I try to give to people is like me talking to myself as well, so
okay,
it's
yeah.
like it's kind of like doing that shit where oh, by the way, can I curse?
You can say whatever the fuck you want, man. This is an 18
Ah,
plus
shit.
channel.
Alright, fuck. Shit.
I'm smoking weed right now. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Nah,
Yeah,
so
say
like
what you want.
with the positive, it's like taking your own advice, but I've got to say it out to the
Yes.
world, and I've got to say it to someone, you know what I mean? So, yeah,
Yes.
no, dude, being positive is the shit, because when you, obviously, I think a lot of people deal with this when they're truly like on their own, when you're alone, like your mind
Yes.
will start like getting negative or whatever, you know what I mean? So, um, anything positive that I can say to someone and then reflect on it myself, when I'm alone, it keeps those like the negative things away.
Hell yeah. I really like that. I like that approach to it. Kind of like, being positive or staying positive by just being positive. Just like,
100%,
trying to put that out in the world,
100%.
man.
And it's good to see the homies succeed and do their thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit more about you professionally. So you've been doing this music thing for like a minute, right? At least
Yeah,
from
man.
a little.
Like,
I've done a little bit of research.
I can give you the whole backstory if you want.
Please tell
Yeah,
me all
all right.
about it.
So I grew up I'm not in like a musical family or anything, but my parents would
Yeah.
play a lot of records. They'd play a lot of like soul music, a lot of Prince, a lot of Michael Jackson,
Okay. Solid.
um, Beatles, whatever. We always used to listen to this thing called the Golden Oldies. So I grew up
Ooh, yeah.
listening to that kind of music, and I think in my heart I was always like an entertainer, because me, my sister, and my cousin, we would always do like little like theater shows for my family. We'd literally set it up in
Yeah.
the living room, and like we'd get like our grandma, aunties, everybody sitting down, and like we're putting on a show, and I'd also be
Hell
the
yeah.
dude to give them drinks and shit. It was dope. So like I was always like kind of like into that, performing and whatever. And then I also
Okay.
we used to like, dude, we used to rip songs off of the radio like on cassettes and mixtapes and everything. And then my parents tried to get me into like violin. I fucking hated that. And
Yeah.
then my parents,
Yep.
and then you know what I'm saying? And then like
Yeah.
picking up the cello, I accidentally dropped the cello down a flight of
No, you
steps.
didn't. No, you didn't. Oh my
But
god.
I had a serious non-affinity to stringed instruments, it seems, you know what I mean? And
Bro, that's so
and
funny.
then and then finally I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick up the guitar, like because
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
friends were like, yo, they play guitar, they're taking like lessons and whatever, and I was like, Ma, I need a guitar, please, let's go get a guitar. And my
I hear
mom,
you,
like
dude.
bless her, she took me to a store, and it was this like hole in the wall store, and we got like this fake ass acoustic guitar for $20. Um, and You know, like the guitar brand Gibson. It was called this. This was a
Yeah.
knockoff called Gibson, like
Are
Givson.
you
So yeah, so
Give son?
yeah, it was literally Gibson. So I
That is the
picked that
most
up.
hood shit ever.
For real, it's so ghetto. But yeah,
Boom, let's go.
I got that guitar, went home, got lessons for like 2 days, and I quit because I realized I had a serious problem with authority. I couldn't be told what to do. You know, I like fight back to authority, like teachers, police, whatever. You know.
Bruh, you have
Um,
to at the end of the day though. At the end of the day, they try to tell us
yeah,
not
man.
to, but for the
Yeah,
out
man.
in the audience, if you're listening, fuck authority.
Yeah, like literally, it's bro, fuck authority.
Dude,
Like
yeah.
I mean, if the authority is like good, but you know, like where how I grew up, like authority, I was afraid of authority. You know, I was always afraid. So like,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
my
yeah.
immediate reaction when an animal gets pushed into a corner, right? You fight back. So that became like my
Absolutely.
immediate reaction to authority, and that's all to say I quit guitar lessons 2 days in because I couldn't take instruction. You know what I mean? So
Yes, yeah.
I dropped the guitar, and then uh, like Christmas Day, I think 2008 or
Hmm.
something. I was like messaging yo on MSN Messenger, man. Oh my God, bro, we're old. But I was
Speak for
I
yourself.
was
I never used MSN. I was AIM
what
all
did
the
you use?
way.
What was your
I
thing?
fucking used AIM, dude. What are you
Oh
talking
my God,
about?
you know, I never used AIM. I think because I lived internationally. This was when I
That's
lived in
that's
Turkey.
probably why.
You know what I mean?
Oh
So in
shit. Oh
Turkey,
shit.
yeah, in Turkey we
That's what's
used to
up.
use MSN Messenger. So
Okay.
yeah, I remember messaging my friend, and he was like, I was like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, yo, I'm playing guitar. I was like, yo, I have a guitar in the corner. Let me pick that up. And bro, the moment I picked it up, I was too
It
lazy
was
to learn
just
other people's songs. I thought it was easier to write my own. And I was like, "Oh shit, this is good. This is the way," you know, because I remember I have like a distinct memory. I could never like impress my parents, that was my perception. I'm sure they were impressed by some of the shit I did, but
yeah,
I could never
sure.
impress my parents. But like the I wrote this sick riff, which was like a rip off of "Paint It Black" by the Rolling Stones, and I
Yeah.
showed it to my dad, and he was like, "Yo," and I was like, "Yo." You know, so that kind of like that encouraged me, and like man, ever since then I've been like writing songs, and um the moment, like I will say, the moment when someone finds their passion, like you never know that it's going to be your passion, but like the moment you do, your mind opens up, and like you can't shut it off, you know.
Yeah.
So
It,
yeah, that was like I picked up the guitar, yada yada yada, formed a band. I remember one of my friends immediately started writing songs, right? So one of my friends was like, and I'm not bragging, I don't want to like flex or anything, but he was like,
nah.
"Yo, are you a musical genius?" And I was like, "I don't know, but I'm writing these
I
songs." You know what
might
I mean?
be. I might be.
I might be. No, I was like, "Yo, I'm writing these songs,"
Yeah.
and then yeah, formed a band that broke up, obviously. But
Yeah.
then I came to Canada. I moved to Italy for a bit too. But
That's what's up, man.
I came to Canada, Vancouver, and I found my guy, Pete, who's the other half of Sound of Kalima.
Okay.
And literally we met the first day, one of the first week I was in Canada, and we met, and he was like, "Yo, you play guitar? We should cover some songs." I was like, "No, we need to dethrone the Beatles because they've been on their thing forever." You know what I mean? So I was like, "No, we
It's a
need to dethrone the
bold
Beatles."
it's
You know,
bold.
so
That's bold. That's
so
bold.
then we started writing songs ever since then, and it's been, you know, out of necessity. I learned how to produce on FL and everything. All the homies were like rapping,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
I mean, I make beats. Dude, I was making beats by recording drums on the acoustic guitar and everything, and then I was like,
Hell
no, I want to
yeah.
make a trap beat, you know. So
Yeah, like we
so
were saying, like you got to work with what you got, at the end of the day, that's like, it's all yeah, part of the
exactly,
process I think is just giving yourself that freedom. And
exactly,
I
one
just
hundred
wanted to
percent,
I wanted
one
to
hundred
comment
percent.
like isn't it crazy that feeling that you get like the first time, and I think every artist or every musician has that point where somebody's like, this is like a real song, or like that's like a real painting.
Dude,
And you're like,
that's
what do
me.
you mean?
Dude,
But
that's
also
me with
like,
like every song that I make. At the end of the
yeah,
process, I'm like, that's a real song.
This
What?
is like a real.
You know, I'm always surprised. I'm always surprised because, I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
it's always like about doing something new. You know what I mean? Exploring yourself, exploring the
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
contextualizing your own situation.
For
And when
sure.
that turns into a song, like it's crazy. But yeah, bro, that's like my backstory, like
Hell yeah.
how I came up. Now we've been pushing P for a while. You know what I mean? So. You
You're
know,
pushing P.
yeah, now, bro, and you know what was crazy is like, I think like when the pandemic started like 2 years ago, I was like, obviously this is shit, this is bad, but like, it kind of levels the playing field for all musicians, everybody, including
Yes.
Drake and everybody, you know. So like,
Yeah. Yeah.
we started pushing real hard, and we started making some noise, you know, and it's fucking
Hell yeah.
amazing since then. Especially, dude, once I found Twitch, it was crazy, the amount of like love that I was starting to see and the amount of love I was able to give other musicians and collaborations and shit. I don't even know how I found your channel, you know, but
I.
um, but dude,
I
you're an
don't even
incredible
remember.
musician. You know what I mean? You're
Thanks, man.
dope. Like your vibes are so fire. I loved before you did the whole switch up when you used to just turn on the loop station and just go fucking crazy. You know,
Yeah,
that shit,
man.
dude. That's just like taking acid. You know, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is crazy. This is crazy.
One of these days I will do that. But I have the whole
Yeah,
setup. The whole setup is still here. I just have to do the stream. But I'm gonna be right
I'll be there
now,
for
you
that, bro.
know,
I'll be there for that.
hell yeah. So yeah, keep stay tuned everybody because we're gonna be doing all sorts of things.
Stay
I'm trying to
tuned.
go I'm trying to go international, my friend, and it seems like you're the one to go
Yo,
international with.
dude, bro, look at like how much work you're putting into the streams. You know what I mean? Like
Bruh,
that
yeah,
work will
like
never go unrewarded. You know, like you're getting new people, bro. You have a great follower count. You know, you're putting in
yeah,
the work.
man.
Like the work won't go unrewarded. You know, so like
Yeah, yeah.
just keep pushing it. You know,
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I think that's, at right now I'm just, just one day at a time. And it's
100%. Yeah,
crazy to me.
that's
Like
the
you were
best way to
saying,
build a goal, one day at a time. You know.
yeah, yeah. Like you were saying with music, it's like all about that progression. I fucking starting out with like, the shittiest camera, shittiest
Yeah.
computer, and then just like
Shittiest guitar, $20 Gibson guitar. You
$20
know.
guitar, bro. Yeah, like I find so much similarity with your story. I think the only real difference is, like for you it was violin, for me it was piano.
Oh, really? Yeah,
And I was
you
like,
started with the piano.
no,
Did you hate that shit?
I hated that. I hated my teacher, and I hear that a
Same.
lot with people. You get like those old. My teacher was an old, mean old lady,
Yeah, my
and
teacher
she
was a
made me
mean old
hate the
man.
piano. Yeah, but I guess that's what they say. Like those that can't do teach and all that. But I don't want to.
Yeah.
My
But yeah, I
mom's a
mean,
teacher. I don't want to get down
it
on
forms, it
teachers.
does something, you know what I mean? Like that sort of knowledge
Yeah,
probably exists in our subconscious, you know? And
yeah, for sure.
I'm sure it did something positive, you know? But fuck that shit. You know, we can't take instruction.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I wanted to ask you. This is just a question, kind of, out of the blue.
Hmm.
Well, actually, let me lead into it with this. So I know that you've been in the music scene for a little while,
Yeah.
and I was doing a little bit of like research and stuff, and I was watching some YouTube videos to kind of get a little bit of my head around the whole interviewing artist things, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I was watching, I think every musician knows this guy, but I was watching some Nardwar interview tapes, and a little
Hey.
birdie told me that you might have a Nardwar story.
How fuck? Okay, yeah, sure. All right. Pi's trying to be Nardwar here. All right, yeah.
That's my Nardwar, bro. I'm just getting started. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
like for Nardwar. So, because I live in Vancouver, Canada. Nardwar is based out of Vancouver. You know, so
Okay.
we used to do. I was for like a span of 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something. I used to accompany my friend who was rapping to a radio station over here called CITR, and that's where Nardwar works out of. So,
That's
um,
gnarly.
Yeah, so every time we were there, my homie would be like doing the cipher and whatever, and then I'd see in the next room, yo, there's Nardwar. And then um I can't remember if like I think we said something to him in the parking lot one day, but um
Oh shit.
that's crazy that you found that. Yeah, no, we've I guess we've sort of met Nardwar and um dude, like we tweeted out like a long time ago saying like can't wait till Nardwar interviews us, you know. But I'm afraid about what he's gonna find out, you know what I mean?
Bruh, I mean that's his whole thing, right? You just kind of ride it. I mean, it seems like he doesn't
Yeah.
like intentionally like go after people. At least that, not that I've seen. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
he
sure.
doesn't he doesn't bring up anything like anything bad, you know what I mean? He'll just bring up like the music stuff. So that's also gonna be crazy. Like if we do an interview with Nardwar and he's gonna be like, "Yo, do you remember Earth, Wind and Fire, this CD or something?" And I'm like, "What? How do you know about that shit?" You know? So yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah,
That's just crazy.
I fucking love. Yeah, that's so cool to me, man. Like, just hearing these stories, because like for me, like I'm just getting into this whole. I'm just even just like starting to see myself as a musician. So like hearing from you guys who have been in the game for a while, and it's so funny, kind of like it seems like a lot of this the music stuff or like any entertainment industry is like a lot smaller than you might think. And
So
so
dude,
yeah, dude, I
so
fucking
much
love
smaller.
those.
Like,
I love that shit.
bro,
Everybody knows each other.
everybody's like a 2 degrees separation away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Like you know me, I might know someone, you know,
Yeah,
and it could be the person that changes your life, you know. So it's
yeah,
the music game is so small, you know. It's kind of like I used to get like starstruck even by like the smallest kind of connection, you know. If someone would be like, "Yo,
for
I know,
sure.
I don't know, like I know, like we uh, you know who Shmino is, right?"
I don't. I've heard the name. Who's
All right,
Shmino?
so
Who's
Smino's like
Shmino to
this
you?
dope rapper. I mean, he's out of
Shmino. Okay.
St. Louis. He's an
Okay.
amazing rapper, and we went to see him live over here when he came here, and we started kind of like working with one of his backup singers, you know, and
Okay. That's what's
I was
up.
starstruck just by that. I was like, what? This we can do this, you know? So like, it's always a degree of separation, you know, because it's like it's Smino to or the singer that I was working with, Shanae Mosley. Go check out her music; she's amazing,
Okay. I'll
Shanae.
write that down. I'm
Um,
writing that down.
and she's connected with Smino. Smino's connected with SZA. SZA's connected to Kendrick, and
What?
yada yada yada. You know what I mean?
What?
So,
Fucking
and then
dude.
yeah, man. And then
Kevin
there's like
Bacon shit.
other people who just come into your life who you're like, like, it's not. I mean, if in the music game, you don't want to just have it based on connections. You know, it's
Yeah,
because
yeah,
people are
yeah.
people, and you got to be genuine about it. You got to work with
Absolutely.
people that you dig. You know, so.
Yeah. Makes
But
sense.
yeah, you're right. The music world is much smaller than what people think. You know, it's so small.
That's what's up, man. So that
Yeah, man.
actually that kind of leads me to my other question. Um, and so I have another question for you.
Yes.
What is your favorite vegetable?
My favorite vegetable. Oh my God,
Yeah.
bro, you talking about okra. What the this is crazy. This is crazy. All right, quick story on okra then.
Yeah.
So
Tell me the okra story.
my production partner, my bandmate, my brother Pete,
Yes.
um, Pete and I, you know, yeah, like I said, I met him over here. We've been jamming and writing music ever since, and
Okay.
we were going up to like a show, like we were doing an open mic, and they were like, "Yo, what's your name?" We didn't have a name, and we didn't want to put down, you know, our names on the thing, and we are like, "All right, look,
Yeah. Well,
on the bus ride over to the venue, we were like, all right, let's look up some cool words, you know." So
okay.
literally typed in, I think we typed in cool words, and okra came up, and we didn't even know what okra was, you know. So
Yeah.
um, we chose that as our band name as okra, and then what also happened was after we did that, we started jamming with a drummer and a bass player, and they were fucking amazing. So we made some songs with them, and it was like a punk project, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to record all the music down in my basement. I had a drum kit in the basement. I used to record all the guitar. Dude, we used to record everything with this one like Blue Yeti mic, a Yeti mic.
Yes,
And
I had one of
it's
those. The
you know
USB.
what I'm saying?
I
Yeah,
had that exact microphone. I had it.
yeah, like dude, who does it? Like everybody who starts out, they
Exactly.
always had a Blue
You
Yeti.
have to.
And yeah, so we recorded everything with the Blue Yeti. You can still find our music if you look hard. Um,
I was actually
on
gonna
SoundCloud,
ask you.
Okra Music.
I was gonna
And
ask you if I could play surf punk for the
if you can
stream.
what?
If I could play surf punk for the stream,
Go ahead,
because I
dude. Go
listen,
ahead. Holy fuck, bro. I have not
bruh,
heard that song in years.
bruh. Like I listened to that shit and fucking like it brought me back to like fucking Black Lips, fucking Waves, fucking Surfer Blood, all that sort of shit. If you listen to any of those
Yeah.
bands, there was like that whole
Yeah.
like surf punk wave, man. I love that
Yeah,
shit.
like for me, I never, what's funny is like a lot of the music that I make, or like I guess the more like alternative rock kind of music, I don't really
Yeah,
listen to that kind of music. So like the surf punk song, that song, um,
yeah.
that song was like it was literally based on like there's a riff that goes like da 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 da. That was because I was listening to
Okay.
50s music. You know,
Oh,
like 50s
nice.
music.
Hell yeah.
A lot of surf rock in the 60s was based off of that kind of vibe.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
so that was based off of that. And then like obviously I'm screaming my fucking nuts off on that song. I remember recording the vocals for that.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
my
man.
head was hurting, dude. My head was hurting after the vocal
Oh, I
takes. I was like,
fucking bet.
this is intense. I need to figure out how to actually sing, you know.
And you're like, man, maybe I should start making beats. So
Yeah,
I
maybe I
don't
should
have
start
to
making beats.
sing.
This screaming shit is not
It's full of
sustainable,
birds.
you know. But
Yo, that.
I'm surprised you found that shit. That's crazy, dude. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
dude, I fucking had to search. You did not make it easy for me to find
That's
this stuff,
crazy.
but
That's crazy. Yo, did you ever find anything about this band that we used to have called Jazz? Did you ever find something
I,
out about
I,
them?
I didn't. But tell me about Jazz. I
Oh
didn't see
shit.
Jazz.
Oh my God. Just a string of bad band names. But before
Let's
Okra,
go.
before Okra, we were actually Jazz before we like abandoned the name. But we had some
That's what's
music under
up.
this band named Jazz, and
Okay.
it was just me and Pete, and I would do all the drumming and guitar. We both do guitars and bass and whatever. And
Yeah.
we had a couple of songs up, and they were just fucking terrible. They were so bad. I remember when we first posted up a song on Reddit with that under that
Yes.
band name.
Uh-huh.
Someone wrote us a long message about why he hated our music. And I was like,
Really? Let's
dude, I'm
go.
like, yo, you invested your time into this? I'm honored. I'm honored that you did this, you know?
Bro,
And
yeah. Fucking put that shit
he,
as a liner note.
yeah, exactly. Yo, and
We would like to
he had some
thank.
feedback and you know, obviously the first like kind of reaction was like, who's this guy? Fuck him. You know, but
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
of
he's
course.
saying you're singing off key. So I should take that back in and kind of like try to sing on key. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
so
fair.
I did that, and yeah, that was Jazz. We had a couple of songs out on Bandcamp. Um,
Jazz
we never
Bandcamp.
uploaded it
Okay.
to SoundCloud, but yeah, there was
Okay.
Jazz, then there was Okra, and then there was Son of Kalima. You know,
Sick. All right.
yeah,
Well,
crazy shit.
let me get this song queued up. Unfortunately, I don't think I can play it so that you can hear it, but if you're watching the stream, then I suppose you
I
could
have the
listen to
volume
it.
off on the stream, but yeah,
Okay. Well, just don't talk.
it's all good.
And we
It's
should
all good. You can
and we
do like
should get it.
live commentary.
All right. Okay, let's go. Then let me know if you guys back at home can hear it. Let me turn this shit up. Yeah, I love those drums are so classic.
Oh shit, man, those drums! I wish I could hear what you're doing because it's crazy. It would be crazy to hear. Yo, what I might do actually, yo, I might mute myself on this for a second and then just
Do
continue
it.
streaming.
Do it. some fiddler in there. Hell yeah.
This is nuts, dude. This is nuts. Oh shit. This is nuts.
I was trying to do like a backstroke across the stream, but I don't have enough. I don't have enough hands. I don't have enough hands. All right, let's pause this.
Oh my god!
All right,
I can't believe we just listened to that.
Dude, classic jam. Oh man, you should fucking re-release that at some point.
You know what? Like listening back to that, I was like, damn, we understood like song structure. You know, like
right?
We had the bridge and then bringing it back to the chorus at the end. I was like, what's going on? That's crazy, man. Thank you for sharing that, because I haven't heard that song in like years, dude.
Of course, my friend. I'm glad we could make it happen.
You're on your Nardwar shit right now, man. You know, this
Nardwar. That's all I got. That's all I got Nardwar wise.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't believe you found that shit. That's nuts. And real quick, shout out to my sister. Shout out to my sister for making the cover.
Let's go. Too. Hell yeah. All right. So so like moving on. So I guess what I would ask is like, I know that you in terms of like songs like, you know, like Wild Trash, stuff like that, you love to, you like putting messages into your music. And would you mind just maybe kind of talking to me about a little bit of kind of the message you're trying to put out there with these beautiful tracks and beats that you've been making for the past decade plus?
Yeah, so I mean, each song has a different message. I know I made like a commitment to myself and to all my artists that I produce for, and our own music as well, that we'll only create honest music, or honest music. So our like thing, our motto, our little thing that we say to each other is HHUC. That stands for human honesty and unique catchiness. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we try to make every song like honest, so like just like what's on our mind, you know. So like for example with like Wild Trash is about dude, I'm terrified about climate change, you know what I mean? On a certain level, like I'm scared, you know. So like
I don't think anybody can blame you.
Yeah, like Wild Trash is about looking at the world 1,000 years in the future, and like it's when all the pollution that we've created and the nature that's still around, they join forces together to get rid of humans, and that's what Wild Trash is about. And it's, you know, it's about like the first verse is about Mother Nature laughing at us, you know.
Well, give us a lyric. Give us a lyric.
What are the lyrics? Yo, what are the lyrics? I'm feeling wild trashy, slither out the trashy, throw away bassy, the shit is everlasting. Had you fun and she took the shafting. So had you fun and she took the shafting. That's like, you know, we fucked Mother Nature, you know?
Yeah. And
you're
right.
You know, and then the next lyric is was had you fun, she took the shafting. Now she's friends with the forest and we're laughing. You know? The forest is like all this pollution, actually, not actual nature. Yeah, so Mother Nature became part of this metallic plastic forest, and everyone's laughing, you know, and at the end of the verse it says, keep crying because of all the veins that you cut. So that's chopping down the trees.
Yes.
You see
Okay.
your
That's
atmosphere and now
dope.
you're on the
Yeah.
run. So that's just humanity kind of ending in 1,000 years. And like it's not meant to be a terribly like negative message because at the end of the song we say it's criminal what you're doing, what we're doing. We're complicit in it as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, those kind of things, bro. Like one song that really inspired that Wild Trash was uh um what's that Childish Gambino song? Hang on. It's like Summer, Childish Gambino. Feels like summer. Every time I heard that song,
Okay.
dude, it gave me like a lump in my throat. I was like, this is so sad the way Donald Glover is singing this and talking about the environment. So,
Okay.
yeah, like that's one message. We also talk a lot about like loneliness and whatnot. Like we always so one thing about our music is we have to infuse some sort of humor into each song. So like
Yes.
Wild
Yes.
Trash,
Absolutely.
Wild Trash, we have like humor in it. There's a song called Alien, which is about being abducted by aliens and being taken on this like this vacation around the
Lit.
solar system. But like you find out like all the loneliness that you feel is actually something that you might be carrying with you. So
Okay.
even when you're in space, how do you get rid of it? So there's Alien. I think our deepest song is probably a song called What Do You Know? That one is almost devoid of humor, which is, it was a bit of a point of contention when we were dropping it, but it's pretty devoid of humor. But that song is about like you look around and you see people that you perceive as doing much better than you, and you're like, what do you know that I don't
Yes.
know? You know?
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
That's a real
and
thing.
then,
That's a
yeah,
real
but at the
thing.
end of the song, we turn it around and say like, none of you know what I know. So kind of like taking the power back into your own hands. Rather
Okay.
than rather than leaving it up as a question mark and you can't really grasp at it. You know,
Yeah.
so the kind of I guess the message that we're putting out with our music is like, um, I don't know, man. It's just about honesty and having fun. Shoot Out the Lights is about we had a heat wave over here last summer, and
Mm-hmm.
the electricity's gone, and the song's about getting it on with your boo. Getting it on with your significant other when it's
As you
hot,
do.
it's fucking the electricity is gone. So so like we try to write about everything, anything that we're feeling, So yeah,
That's
it's all about just being honest and
okay.
like yeah, it's the way we used to say it, we're here to soundtrack your life, not just a specific
Yes.
moment in your life, but your whole life. You know,
Okay.
so
Yeah, like the good and the
so yeah,
bad.
that's the good and the bad, everything, the funny, the sexy, the stupid, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much what we're pushing. Like, like if you ask people nowadays, dude, what kind of music do you listen to? People say everything, you know,
Yes.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's because
That's
and
yeah.
that's essentially what our music is too. Like, we try to talk about everything, but we do try to put a message in our music. We don't want to
Okay.
go messageless, I think. Or I can't go messageless when I start writing the lyrics or whatever. I just can't leave it up to, hey baby, let me take you out to the bars. Like if I'm saying that, there's got to be a story behind it. It
Not
can't
that
just
there's
be like,
anything wrong with that for any
no, there's nothing wrong with it. No, there's nothing wrong with it. I just feel like I have to expound on the situation. It can't just be
Yes.
let's go to
For
the
all
bar
the
and grab a drink,
for all
something like that, or go to
the
the club.
I don't want to name names, but for all the Justin Biebers out there, you know
No,
what? No hate.
no
No
disrespect to
hate.
Justin Bieber. No disrespect.
It's like,
He's
what
an
the
all
fuck,
time.
man? Like, I'm just trying to have a good time.
Beebs is an
Those
all time,
fucking.
man. Beebs is an
He's
all
like,
time.
man, Canadians don't treat Canadians like that, man.
It's true. It's true. We can't do that. We can't do that. But no,
Yeah, dude.
every song must have a message, in my opinion. Or for us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I guess moving on from there, yeah, that's I can definitely feel the message and the passion that that you have for your art form, for music and the tracks that you
Thank
put
you. I
out.
appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. And so I know that we had talked a little bit about, like for me, just to put it all on the table, and we've talked about this before, like I deal with like, and I'm sure like every artist does, like some level of anxiety and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And like talking to you in particular, you've been really good at like kind of like, confronting me about that and
Yeah, it's
helping
true.
me and helping me like with some ways to like combat anxiety. So like if you had
Yeah.
like just a little pearl of Kalima wisdom to throw out into the the wide internet for mental health, what would that be,
Yeah.
my friend? What do
Yeah,
you
I mean,
got? What do you got for me?
I think, dude, I mean, I could talk so much about mental health and how to deal
Don't
with
let me
it, but
stop you.
like, one thing that I'll say as something that I
Yeah,
discovered recently, or I've been doing a lot recently, is a practice
for
of
sure.
mindfulness. And what I just don't mean that as a buzzword, because now you hear it as a buzzword when people say, "Yo, mindful meditation and this and that," But no, like for me, mindfulness is when I look at like there's a painting on the wall, right? When I'm really
Yeah.
feeling stressed out, I try to like look at every little dot in there
Yes.
on the painting,
Yes.
every stroke. That because
Hmm.
what happens with like anxiety is like you're too much in your head, you have in various like cultures or schools of thought, you have three brains. You have one in your head, you have one in your heart, and you have one in your stomach. You know,
Okay.
and when you're really feeling anxious and you're getting all up in, you're getting scared, you're getting worried, you're getting stressed. You're really in your head, and you're thinking about the future, or something like that, something that you don't have a tangible hold on. Something that's never happened, that might not happen, that you don't, yeah, you just don't have any control over. So like to
Hmm.
bring yourself back into the present is like to focus on the very little details that are right in front of you, on your like in your brain, in your view, or what you can do is like feel your hands or something like that to bring you back, and
Yeah.
I find that always like kind of de-stresses me. I will say this is obviously like something that everyone says, every therapist, I believe, maybe, I don't know, maybe every therapist says it, but um, it's exercise, man. Get yourself physical, get yourself active,
Yeah.
because when you
Yeah.
exercise,
I
the
have
the
heard that.
stress, the stress is in the present.
Hmm.
Exercise
Hmm.
stresses out
Hmm.
your body, but that it's stressing out your
Yes.
body, not your mind. You know,
Okay.
and yeah, when your body is stressed, your mind is working to actually like keep you happy. So um, when like when your body is stressed, you're in the present and everything, and that's what I think dealing with anxiety really is. At least for me, I keep thinking about the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
Things
Yeah.
that could or could not happen, and being scared of potential possibilities that take me
Hmm.
away from living a life filled with pleasure more, and then leading me to live a life filled with fear, and not pursuing the things that I'd want because I'm afraid of something that might happen and leave me off the path.
Yeah.
Um, I like to always say, like, people like to, or not people, but like someone will say like, what if it doesn't work out? Well, what if you fucking changed the mindset and said, what if it does work out? What if the things that you want in life do happen? Just prepare for that. Make yourself happy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
every being deserves to live a life full of bliss. You know?
Fuck yeah, dude. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's
Yeah.
that's one of my little things that I could say. Dude, bro, I could go on and on about mental health easily, easily.
Oh, bro,
Yeah,
I think that's perfect. I think that's a perfect little, just everybody deserves to live a life full of bliss. Cause yeah,
yeah.
I think even with that, like I think I have, yeah, like anxiety about, feeling like, me, like I'm not worth, having like a life of bliss or something like that. I think, and like getting over that, and just kind of, getting myself into a position where, I'm just cool doing shit and I don't have to worry about,
Bro,
yeah,
if
but
I may
yeah,
add
that's
on,
very
I don't
right.
mean to
Yeah,
interrupt,
please. Yeah, go for it,
but
man.
that, like, I feel like a lot of people, and this is also building off of what Chibibi is saying in the chat. It's okay to win. It's okay for it to be okay. It's okay for nothing to go wrong. I think a lot of people not a lot of people. I think people who suffer from anxiety and depression and stuff get familiar and comfortable with the feeling of humiliation and kind of shitting on yourself, so that's
Yes.
familiar ground
Yeah.
for you. So when things start going right, you're like, this can't be it. You know what I mean? But it's like, but that's again, like you're thinking about how it's going to go wrong in the future, So like doing all these mindful practices to come back into the present and enjoying it, or trying your hardest is really, really, really important. And if you can't see it yourself, get someone in your vicinity who can,
Yes.
who
Yeah.
can help you through that, whether it's a significant other, whether it's a homie, whether it's someone in the chat, whether it's a comment on
Yeah.
YouTube,
Yeah.
you know, someone who can help you see from a bird's eye view perspective what's going on, because it's so hard for us to see on our own. We can't see ourselves from a bird's eye view perspective, we just
Yeah.
see through
That is
these
so
two
true.
eyes. It's hard to see. You can't contextualize your life, so getting someone else to help you out contextualize your life. So whether it's therapy, whether it's a homie, I will say one thing that really works is for me as well is, and this is probably why I do music, is singing and dancing, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's
I've been ever since TikTok came out, man. Ever since fucking TikTok came out, like I'm dancing all the time, and that has absolutely helped a ton.
Yeah, 100%, man. There's like there's a reason why tribes in like African countries and India and all these other more ancient wisdom says you need to get
Yes.
outside, you need to get your sun, you need to dance, you need to sing. And even if moving and dancing is the hardest thing to do, just like some people have a lot of trouble getting out of bed on days when the depression is really hitting them, if you can even wiggle your finger, just do something.
Yeah. Just
Move your
an
eyes in a
accomplishment.
rhythmic pattern, something, just so you can distract yourself a little bit. And that's where working out and being mindful and all of that, it all
Yeah,
comes
for
in and
sure.
helps kind of move things along in your brain. But yeah, that's mental health, like everyone's dealing with that.
All right. Fucking hell yeah. And yeah, Chibibi, that is a fucking amazing song. I don't
Thanks.
is it what I'll have to look at the lyrics of that song because it's like, is it a positive song? I hope you dance. It must be, right? I think so.
Yeah, I would say so. I myself have not heard that song, but I've got to check it out. I Hope You
You
Dance by
have
Leanne Rhymes. Okay.
I hope you dance. I hope you dance. You've never heard
Bro,
that
like,
song? There's
bro,
no
okay, no,
way.
I've not heard that song, but even like you singing it just made me smile, and that's crazy. That's like
It's
that's the power of music and dance and art, that's crazy, that's crazy. Yeah, on Chibibi's request, I'm just gonna look at the
all
lyrics real
right.
quick.
Yeah,
Leanne Rhymes.
give me a sampling. Give me your best beat poet. Give me your best beat poet impression, and
Yo, let's
give
go,
me
let's
some
go,
give me a
let's go.
pearl. Give me a Rhymes pearl of
Wait, hang
wisdom,
on. Is
please.
Leanne Rhymes or Leanne Womack? Because that's what is showing up for me.
It might be Womack.
I Hope You
I don't
Dance
know.
lyrics.
It fucking came on the radio all the time. It's like a 90s, like a big 90s.
Really? Dude, see, like a lot of people will talk about big songs from the 90s and shit, bro. I was listening to like Backstreet Boys and Gorillaz and then System of a Down and a lot of hip hop.
Yeah.
I never really got into the pop besides Backstreet Boys pop
Yeah.
realm in the 90s, So all
Yeah.
of these songs are new for me. Even recently, my friend showed me Dancing in the Moonlight. I don't know if you know that
Really?
song, but
Really?
I just heard of it, and I was like, this is cool.
Okay,
This is
that's
cool.
what's up. That's what's up.
I'm constantly discovering like new songs and shit. But hang on, the lyrics over here are, I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. Beautiful. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Nice. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you give faith a fighting chance, and when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. Yo, bars, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That was
That's beautiful.
lovely. That was
That's
gorgeous. Thank
beautiful.
you so much for reading that excerpt.
Dude, of course.
Um,
I love that lyric and like the last line when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. That's crazy.
I hope you dance for sure.
That's
It's
crazy. Shout out to
yeah.
Chibibi, man. Thank you for introducing me to
Yeah,
that.
big shout outs. Dude, yeah, listen to that track. It's dope as fuck.
I'm gonna listen
just in
to it. I'm gonna listen to it
you'll
for
listen to
sure.
it and you'll be like, okay, this is why this song was so popular.
Yeah,
Um,
it seems like a vibe, man. It seems like a vibe.
yeah, dude, 90s was it's crazy cuz like fucking writing positive songs, man. Like, do you find it are you one of those people who finds it easy to write positive songs or are you one of those people who finds it difficult to
Oh
write positive
man, I
songs?
actually find it quite hard to write a positive song.
Yep.
Because it's I anytime I feel down, I that's when I really pick up the guitar. I guess I write positive songs in like again, man, like it's like the positive songs that I have are about like sex or something, you know? Like it's
Right?
not it's not
That's
exactly
yeah.
like be happy, don't worry, be happy, but
Passion.
like you know,
Passion.
but yeah, exactly. Passion, exactly.
Yeah.
But every time I write a song, there has to be like some sort of negativity in there because that's what I vibe with. For me, it's that purge of the negative emotion that is the positivity.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think if I didn't feel some of the feelings that I feel, I wouldn't write the songs that I write. You know, so like,
Yeah.
or I wouldn't pick up the guitar. So
Right.
it's very hard. It's very hard for me to write a positive song, and it seems like
Yeah.
you relate. You don't really write a like a be happy kind of song, you know?
Yeah. I always
Yeah.
thought it was yeah, those like extremes of emotion. Like it's very hard or it's very easy to come into like a creative space if you know have like a big experience to draw from. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think unfortunately, for better or for worse, in terms of like maybe it's the age we're at when we're coming into like, but we got a lot of angst and stuff and you know other shit, and so it's like those
There's
are
a
the
lot of
big
angst, man.
experiences,
A lot of
a
fucking
lot of fucking big angsty experiences, and it's like it's funny because like now that my life is kind of like going more so the way that want it to, it's like I find myself sitting down and writing less. And so it's like
I think
I have to get into that point or get into that mindset again where I can,
you know
you know,
this brings
just
up something
write.
so fucking interesting, dude. Like
What's up?
sometimes man, I used to think like I need to put myself through some bad shit to write a great song, you know? You know? And like, dude, I would literally do it for the song, you know? Like just
Oh
do it for the
no.
song, you
Oh
know? And
no.
that brings up a really interesting point. Like,
Yeah.
first of all, don't do it for the song. You know, don't do
No.
that because it'll ruin
No.
you, you know?
Yeah. Or
And
your relationships with
or your
every other
relationships
person
or
in your
whatever,
life.
you know? Don't do
Yeah.
it for that. Life is to live. Music is not music should not be a function of or what am I trying to say? Life should not be a function of music. Music should be a function of life, you know?
Yes.
Um
Yeah. A reflection.
your life should feed into the music rather than the music trying to instruct you how to live your life, you know? So I
Yes.
remember that. I remember
Yes. I
it's
like
almost
that.
like an addiction, you know? Like
Yeah.
people who are addicted to
It feels
drugs, they
good.
chase that, you know? But like I think it's very interesting that when your life starts going right, it's kind of harder to write the songs that you feel are like really, really good. But the turnaround from that is reflecting from where you are to where
Yeah.
you were, you know, and
Yeah.
that brings out the conflict again in songwriting, and that brings out the conflict of a good time versus a bad time, and at the end of the song you resolve where you're going from here, you know. So I think that's very interesting. I think that's super interesting. That again goes back to like contextualizing our existence through music, you know, as musicians
Yes.
and artists. um that's what David Bowie used to do, and that's what a lot of rappers and all of our favorite artists do, you know. They contextualize their life through their words and their melodies. um that's just crazy, bro. I don't know, that just popped into my head. I had a high thought right there, you know.
You smoking? You smoking, my
No, dude,
friend?
I quit smoking. I quit doing anything a long
Nice.
time.
Good for you, my
Um,
friend.
yeah, man. You know, I think as a musician, as a creative, as an artist, you understand how that can go negative. you know. So
Yes, absolutely. When
um,
you rely on
I,
it.
yeah, I think my mind is enough. I don't need anything else. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It gives me all the shit I need to either be positive about or to wrestle with, you know, and substances and drugs is just another thing that probably I don't need, you know? Like,
That's what's
so
up,
no, I
homie. More
don't.
power
But
to you.
listen, there's nothing I want to say for the people. There's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? If it gives you positivity and gives you life, go for it. Chase what gives you life. As long as it's not harming you and hurting anybody else, chase what gives you life. You know, but if it's harming you and if it's bringing your life down, turn around, man. Or not turn around, take another path, you know. So that's my PSA for smoking and doing drugs or whatever.
For sure, man. I hear that. I hear that because I think I think there's that portrayal. There's that conception about artistry where it's like it's somehow, you know, kind of opening you up to, you know, more so what the universe has to offer and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And I think
100%.
yeah, but I think at the end of the day, it's all about like, you know, you choosing what your conduit is or whatever, and just trying to be an adult and be healthy about it.
Yeah,
And that's
being
kind of
healthy
like,
about it
yeah, like
as much as
it's
it
like as
like
best you can. Like,
I think like there's that saying, right? Everything in moderation, and the other saying,
including moderation.
including moderation. Exactly, that's what I was about to say. Like moderation, everything in moderation, including moderation. And then there's some things that you don't want to moderate at all. Like if you're shooting heroin, you know what I mean? Like
I
you don't want to
mean,
be doing that in moderation, right? I feel,
but
you know.
I would say the funny thing, the funny thing about those like kinds of drugs is you only and like I haven't done heroin, so I don't want to speak out of turn or anything. But the thing about those sorts of drugs is that there are functional heroin users and there are functional crack
100%,
smokers,
100%.
but you just
Yeah.
don't hear about them because they're just living their lives and you don't know they smoke crack and do
It's very
heroin.
true. I think the people that we hear about is when the heroin or the crack catches up to them, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
And,
So
and
all of that to say is like, listen, if it's giving you life and you're not hurting anybody and you're not really hurting yourself, we can't say anything about that. You know what I mean? Plus, who are we to say how anybody else should live their lives? You know, we can only base it
absolutely.
off of our own experience. You know, I can't tell Chibibi or Canadata, yo, what's up? Is that how we say Canadata? Whatever.
Yeah.
But
For
we can't tell them how to live their life. You know what I mean? Everyone's got to
no.
figure it out for their own. But like,
Yeah.
we can only expound on our own experiences, and if that relates, then that relates. You know?
Yeah. Speaking of
Yes.
Chibibi, Canadata Chibibi, Canadata is big proponent of weed as well as Chibibi. Chibibi is a grower. Go follow Canadata on TikTok. His TikTok and his weed talks are hilarious. If you smoke, you will love his TikToks. They're amazing. I
Go
just want to throw
follow
out
that shit,
there,
man. Go
throw that
follow
out
that
there.
shit.
And if you
Yeah.
want to see people growing weed to the utmost ability, growing beautiful, sticky, icky bud, oh my God, Chibibi
Sticky
is
icky.
doing some gardening, the green love, baby.
Sticky icky
So,
shit, you know what I mean?
I lied earlier. I want to
Yes.
bring this back a little bit. So, sound of
Yeah.
Kalima,
Yes.
right? I'm thinking sound of Kalima. We're talking some Indiana Jones type stuff, right? Is that where we're coming from with some
Ooh,
sound of
okay,
Kalima?
shit. Shit, we want the backstory on the name. All right, yo.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about it, homie.
So one thing I will say, dude, I love Indiana Jones. Like I love Indiana Jones, you know, and like Temple of Doom
It's hard not
is
to.
underrated. I'll tell you that. It's underrated. I tried to play it for my friends over here, man. They
Underrated?
were laughing from the first fucking second. I was like, you guys need
It's
to watch this
yeah.
shit, man. Shortstop. But I digress. How we came up with the name was so we ended Okra, right?
Uh-huh.
The band was over, blah blah blah. We didn't want to be like a band anymore because we were always listening to hip hop and pop and all of that. So
Yeah.
we were like, okay, so we need a name. So I went to Pete, the other guy in Sound of Kalima, with
Yeah.
two names. I went to him with Osiris, and I went in with Kalima. And
Okay.
I think Pete rejected Osiris because it was too I don't want to say it's too
It's
intellectual, but like it's
it's a skate shoe company.
yeah, exactly. It's been used too, you know what I mean?
It's
So
been done.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were like, nah, we can't use that. And I was like, and he was like, let's go with Kalima. And I
Fuck
was like,
yeah.
sick. And you know, Kalima is like in certain sects of Hinduism, she is the goddess that frees you. As far as I understand it, I'm not religious, but as far as I understand it, she frees you from the cycle of reincarnation. Once your soul understands what it's meant to do on this planet, you are freed from reincarnating. You're freed, you know, from
Nice.
living a life over and over again. So I was very much drawn to that kind of idea, that there's a certain amount of freedom that I get from playing music, and so does Pete. We get freedom from playing music, and we want to have that in our music as well, the free, no care kind of thing,
Okay.
so that our souls feel achieved, you know, or like the task that you were
Yes.
put here for has been achieved. And she's also in again certain sects of the religion, the
Okay.
person who manages time and all of this. She also doesn't wear clothes because she's not on that plane, you know, she's on a different dimension, a different plane. So she's also the one who does like the dance of death, you know. So
Okay. Shit. That
it
makes
kind of
sense,
covers a lot of
actually.
things. You know, it's very, very interesting. Anybody who's listening and you want to read more into that, please do. It's all very, very interesting. The
Okay.
the pantheon of Hinduism is crazy. It's and also like it's very, very similar to Norse mythology and all the ancient religions, because I think they started from a similar place, you know. So it's all
Yes.
very interesting. So we got that name, we chose Kalima, and then what happened was that there was a band named Kalima as well. So Pete was just like, let's put sound of
Like,
in front of it, and we're like, okay, cool, we'll put
yeah.
sound of in front of it, and now it's become sound of Kalima. Everyone calls us SOK, you know.
I
No one
saw
really says
that. I was like, sock?
yeah. Yeah,
I was like,
so
that
you know,
sounds so cool. What is
a
that?
merch
Oh,
a
Sound of
merch
Kalima.
idea a merch
Sock,
idea
sock.
that we've been
Let's
thinking
go.
about is socks, you know, socks.
Let's fucking
Right now
go.
we only have hoodies. We have hoodies, we have beanies, and we have t-shirts. So
Okay. All right.
if anyone's interested, please hit me up, talk
Yeah.
in the chat, and I'll be able to send you a link. Also, shameless promo real quick, if anyone is subscribed to our stream on Twitch, they get 10% off on the merch. So
Let's
um
go. Let me give
yeah,
you a
so
shout out. I wanted to, if you can you see the chat right now?
I can, yes, I can.
Okay, so check out I want to see if you get your shout out command. Let's see if I can pull it out.
Oh yeah, I see it. Check out
Did you
Sound of Kalima wherever
look
dope
at?
shit is sold. I love that. Yo, Dubs in the chat, man. Yo, I love that. I
Let's
love that.
go.
Thank
Well,
you, man. I appreciate
did you
that.
see the command? That's what like the line before that.
The hills are alive.
Yeah. Have you seen the Sound of Music?
No, I haven't. You know
You
what? That's
haven't?
funny, dude. That's funny because my production partner again, P, he was like, "Yo, you need to watch Sound of Music." I'm like, I don't know if
You
I'm into that,
do.
you know.
You
And he was like, "Oh,
do.
you gotta watch it. The story's great and it's crazy." And I'm
It
like, "Okay,
is.
cool. I'll check it out one day." You
It
know.
is.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I want to hear it from you. What's so dope about Sound of Music?
So it's just one of those old. It's in basically like a Nazi, So they're in. It's this family, and they're in not Germany, but
You're in Austria?
Austria. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it's basically like this epic. It was when I was a kid, when we had VHS tapes. It was a
Yeah.
2 VHS. That's how you knew a movie was a fucking epic, if it had multiple
Lit, lit,
VHS
lit.
tapes and you had to switch during intermission. So I must have watched maybe the first half of that movie like twice as many times. But just it has jams, dude. Like if you've never heard, I'm sure I would find it hard to believe that you haven't like in a meme or something heard like a Sound of
Wait,
Music song.
is doe a deer, a female deer?
Exactly,
Da, 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 da.
exactly.
That's from Sound of Music, right?
Yeah,
Cool, cool.
yeah, yeah. And it's like about music. Like she's a governess and she goes and she makes these kids into like a singing band. And she's like this music
That's
teacher. So
beautiful.
like for musicians too, like that was I think probably one of my first introductions to like music theory was fucking doe a
Really?
deer, a
Oh
female
shit.
deer. Yeah, Ray, a pocket full of
Oh,
sun, me a
oh
name I
shit.
call
Yo, you're
myself.
right.
Yeah. It's music
Oh,
theory,
you're
dude.
right.
It's like basic music theory. And like
That's
I didn't
crazy.
I still don't know anything about music theory, but I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, man, like
That's
I
crazy. I
would
gotta watch
say
it, man. I
I would
gotta watch it.
recommend it.
See,
Um,
the only thing is I gotta find time. You know, right now, like
that's
I
the
do.
thing.
Yo, I
That's
have
the
a
thing.
question for you, but I'm gonna
What's
just
up?
say this real quick. I love music documentaries and music movies because you know, it's another
Yes.
source of inspiration. So right now I'm really
Yes.
watching. I gotta watch the second episode of Genius,
We
the
just watched
Kanye
that. Yeah.
documentary. But
It's
I wanted to
dope.
ask you, what are you into music documentaries and shit, or like, or if you are, like, what's your? Do you have any recommendations?
I love them, man. We actually just watched the second episode of Genius the other day, and fuck, man. Like the third one is the one I want to see because it goes like the second episode is great because it's all about him blowing up, and you kind of see you're like rooting for him and shit. But the third one is gonna be like I think up to present day, and that's the shit that's gonna be fucking buck wild.
Man, I would love to see if they have any footage from the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy sessions.
I
You
would
know,
love I mean, fucking dude, like the whole thing, like you know the whole thing, like he had this camera crew following him around,
yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
hoping they didn't have like a falling out or something like that, and that
No,
they do
man,
have the footage.
I've seen like little clips of footage of them working on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. You know, and even Yeezus and
Okay,
all of that. So,
yeah, okay,
I'm
so
sure the camera crew was there. You know, I'm sure they were there.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, and I mean, yeah, they're making a third part, so yeah, I'm super interested. But in
Sweet.
regards to your question, I fucking loved the whatchamacallit. I loved the Juice World doc. If you've seen that,
I gotta watch that one. Fuck, I gotta watch that one.
bro, it is so sad.
It must be
But
heartbreaking, dude. It must be heartbreaking.
dude was a fucking he was a genius. He was a huge genius.
Yeah.
And then
R.I.P. man.
also, I haven't seen the new Beatles thing, but I guess there's a new like 7 hour Beatles documentary or
Yeah,
some shit.
get back. Oh my God!
Have you watched that one?
If I may expound for a minute on
Do
that
your work,
one.
man. Go to work.
Uh, yo, I thought it was fucking shit.
What?
No,
What?
only because,
Ah!
this is why. The music parts,
Gives
amazing.
it a boo. Yeah, you can't
I
go
loved
wrong.
watching John and Paul and fucking Ringo and George come up with the music. You know what I mean? But there's just
Hell
some
yeah,
parts that I was like,
yeah.
man, this isn't necessary. But also, I'm not a Beatles stan. You know what I mean? I don't
Oh,
know
okay. Okay.
everything about the Beatles. So, um,
Are you a Rolling Stones guy?
I'm not even a Rolling Stones guy, to be honest. Like, I think like they have great music, and I've learned a lot
Yeah,
from
yeah,
both bands.
for sure. For sure.
Everybody in that era, but like I just never really got into it like that, unfortunately.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it happens.
But you know, again, the songs are amazing. Don't get me wrong. Their songs are incredible. There's a reason
Mhm.
why they're so revered even today, you know. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, I found the documentary very long, you know,
Okay. Yeah,
and
that's what I heard. That's very long.
yeah, it's very long and yeah, you know, not for me, but I think people who are fans of the Beatles, like fans, you know, they
Mm-hmm.
love it. They
Mm-hmm.
love it, you know.
Okay.
I will say there on Disney Plus, there's another music documentary called 123 Paul McCartney, something like that. That one's beautiful.
Okay.
That one's beautiful because it's for
Okay.
me it's
Is th-
digestible sizes of like episode size. I think they're each like 30 minutes long or an hour long or something like that. And it's a great documentary, but that's my piece on the Beatles documentary. Get back. Please do not come at me. All right.
Nah, I won't sick the stands on you. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
save the footage for an opportune time. I'll be like, you better not, or else I'm releasing the
Yes.
Beatles
No,
footage.
Yo, then fucking there's this one clip of me going like, it was shit. You know what I mean? I don't want that to be going around.
Fuck the Beatles. Fuck 'em. Fuck you,
Yo,
Paul.
yeah, but if I may recommend one that's really really inspiring to
Please,
me,
please,
Quincy, on
Quincy.
Netflix.
I
It's
will
about
check
Quincy
that
Jones,
out.
one of the greatest producers
Yeah,
of all time. Um,
absolutely.
and like Quincy, bro, like what hasn't he
You
done?
can't.
Like
Yeah.
he's like I don't even think I can like if I met him, I can't even call him sir. You know what I mean? Because sir doesn't define the amount of respect I have
We're not
for
worthy.
Quincy Jones. It'd be like yo, like I don't even know what I'd call him. You know what I mean? But maybe dad. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't call him dad. But yeah, like yeah, but I've
Take the
learned so much from his
opportunity, man.
production. You know, I've learned so much from his production. Quincy, I recommend that documentary. It's a beautiful, beautiful story, man. Yeah.
Dude, that's what's up. I have not heard of Quincy, the famous doctor detective, but I will also Google that, GBB.
The Doctor
Um,
Detective Quincy? I gotta check that out. That
I'm
sounds
guessing that
interesting.
is that like an old British TV show or something?
Yeah, man,
Sounds
actually.
great.
Yo, can I
He
ask you
was
another
famous in the
question, man?
80s. Yeah, well, let me give you one. So I just
Okay.
thought of the one documentary that I would recommend. If you haven't seen it, have you 15 Feet from Stardom, I think it's called.
Shit, that's about the backup singers, right?
Yes, yes.
I haven't seen
That
it. I haven't seen it.
it is it
I've
is
gotta check that out.
amazing. It is
15 Feet
amazing.
from Stardom. That's on Netflix too, right?
I'm not sure. I think so. I think so. They
Um,
interview the lady who did "Gimme Shelter," and the rumor is that singing
She had a
the song so that she
miscarriage,
had a
right?
fucking miscarriage. Yeah, so they interview her, and then they interview a bunch more of those people. But just hearing their stories is crazy. It's crazy.
Fucking crazy, dude.
I
Like
highly
on
recommend it.
on the Give Me Shelter piece, like, bro, her vocals are crazy on that song, man.
They fucking
Crazy.
woke her up pregnant in the middle of the night,
They were
dragged her
like,
into
yo,
the
and she was like,
studio
this is
with
a
the
job.
Rolling
I'm
Stones.
do this.
And she was like, "All right." I think it didn't. I think she said that it wasn't. It didn't have anything to do with it. But I was like,
But
yeah,
man,
I wouldn't be surprised, dude. She put it all out. She left it all out on the floor with that one.
dude, fucking, you know what I mean? Well, she just kills it,
Yeah,
dude. She kills it. You
dude,
know,
it's
also,
phenomenal.
bro, I don't want to go. I don't want to make it sound like I don't respect that kind of music. But shout out
Yes.
to Keith Richards and shout out to Mick Jagger for writing that song because it's a beautiful song. For
Yeah,
real.
yeah, for
For
sure.
real. For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can. I'm a Beatles fan. My partner is a Rolling Stones fan,
Oh
and
shit. You guys fight and rival about that. No, I'm kidding.
not at all. We have a sort of mutual respect. She listens to her music, I listen to mine, and
Yeah.
we can coexist. But that song will always be like, I love that song, and I love their other one, that simply "Sympathy for the Devil" is a
Sympathy
big.
for the Devil is
I like that
great.
song too.
I think my favorite Stone song is Beast of Burden. Um,
Solid, also solid
yeah, I
track.
think I think bro, like what I love about Beast of Burden is when you so Mick Jagger doesn't have a pop voice, but when you extract the melody from that song and really listen
Yeah,
to it on top of the guitar chords are also very pop, but the way that
for
Ronnie
sure.
Wood and Keith Richards play it, it's so they're interwoven. It sounds beautiful. It sounds like water flowing together, you know. And but if you break it down to its core, its fundamentals, it's four chords that are super pop, and the vocal
Yeah.
melody is pretty pop, you know.
Okay,
But when
that's
you
fair.
start looking at the structure of the song, it's not pop, you know, because there's no clear definition of what's a chorus and what's not. Everything's a feel
Yes,
rather than let's sit down and write the hook, let's sit down and write the verse. You know,
for
everything's a
sure.
feel. So I love Beast of Burden for that reason because it encompasses so many aspects of music that are brilliant, you know,
Okay.
from like just having that effortless feel in the music to
Mm-hmm.
actually having a very catchy vocal progress or vocal melody and chord progression, but not making it sound like it's contrived. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny. that how often that happens. I think for me, like you'll hear a song, you'll hear a rock song or something, and then you'll go look at the tabs, and it's like C A.
It's facts,
Just fucking
dude.
power chords.
Facts.
Or
It's facts.
there's the
That's the four chords that write every song, you know? Even like for me,
Yeah,
I'll write like
yeah.
a super complex song or whatever, like with a billion chords, and then when I bring it down to its core, its fundamentals, it turns out to be those four chords, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty
There's
crazy.
a
It's pretty crazy.
there's a comedian, I can't remember his name, but he's a musical comedian, and he does this bit where he's
Oh,
like, all
I
right.
know who you're talking about. The four chords, the axis, something like that. I know who you're
Not,
talking about because
I
I've
know who
seen
you're
it.
talking about. I'm not talking about those guys. That's like the Axis
Oh,
of
okay,
Power or
right, right.
something
Okay,
like that.
okay.
This guy is a comedian, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna show you what the Edge does. And so he like is playing guitar, and he has all these effects on it, and he's playing this song, and he's playing a U2 song, and then he turns all the effects off, and he starts playing like Mary Had a Little Lamb or something like that. And it's
Really?
like, dude's
Oh,
just
shit.
making fun of how the Edge fucking just plays super simple stuff, but just uses tons and tons of effects and
You,
stuff, and just
you know
and
what,
so it
man?
sounds like
That
it's a
like
real
to
thing.
build, actually, dude, to build off of that, there's a song on U2's album No Line on the Horizon. I think that's the name of the album. And there's a song where the riff of the song is one chord. He's playing one chord, but because he has a pedal on, it sounds like he's playing two chords. And it's fucking brilliant
Yes,
when he just breaks it
yeah.
down. It's just fucking brilliant, you know?
It's
So
like,
that sort of shit, that's invention right there. People clown on YouTube, people
yeah.
clown on the Edge, and they're like, Edge's not a good guitarist. I'm like, you try then. You know what I mean? Like,
That's the
bro.
thing, man. You try. You go ahead and do it. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm by any stretch of imagination a big YouTube fan, but I can respect them for
I,
their contribution
dude,
to music.
I fucking love you too, man. As much as like,
That's
as
right.
much as some people might say like, nah, 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 fuck you too, dude. The you two, no, you two, fucking revolutionized music, and the way that I can say or tell you or kind of like showcase how they've
Yeah,
revolutionized
okay.
music. They've
Yes, please do.
so you listen to the Edge's guitar parts, right? They're chimey, they're
Yes.
beautiful, they're simple, but they fill the
Yes.
right space, right? Now you listen to a
Yes.
lot of songs in the 90s, pop songs from the 2000s as well, from
Yeah.
any solo artist and whatever, if they have a guitar bit in there, it's
Yeah.
always in the style of the Edge because
Interesting.
that filled out a lot of space in a song. It was simple enough that it would hook onto your ear, but it was complex enough in its production that it would fill up the space. And that's the influence of U2. And also, please don't
Okay.
get it twisted. Bono is a fucking amazing lyricist. You know, like an
Yeah,
amazing
I could give you
lyricist,
that. Okay. I'll have to look up
bro.
like what's a song of theirs that I should analyze lyrically, do you
And
think?
dude, my favorite U2 song is called "Moment of Surrender." It's off of
Moment
their
of Surrender.
it's
Okay.
off of their I think 2008 album called No Line on the Horizon. And
Okay.
dude, I have the lyrics pulled up. Can I read you a part of it?
Please go for it. I don't think I've ever
Yes.
heard it.
So there's a part of it, the part that really, well, one part that really hits me. It's about, I think my interpretation is of the song. It's about a drug addict
Okay.
seeing people walk by, but how everybody's living their own lives, and he's in this moment of surrender. It's like at the high, you know.
Oh yeah.
Um, so like the lyrics are, I've been in every black hole at the altar of the dark star. My body's now a begging bowl that's begging to get back to my heart, to the rhythm of my soul, to the rhythm of my unconsciousness, to the rhythm that yearns to be released from control. You know, and I'm like, that's beautiful. You know,
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
the way that they talk about letting go, you know,
Yes.
that he's trying to release everything and he's trying to be released from this control. But the way they do it in the song, dude, it's just beautiful. It's a 7 minute beautiful song. It's definitely, man,
Ah,
for me,
yeah. I'm down.
top 20 song of all time. Of all time. It's
Hell
crazy.
yeah. Hell yeah. All right, my friend. Well, I have to feed the cats in a little bit, so I think maybe just two more points.
Yes,
Or actually, I have one more question for you.
of course.
Fuck it, I'll call it two questions, and then yeah, we can call it a wrap if that's cool with you.
Sounds good to me, man. I've talked your ears off enough today, you know?
I've loved it, man. Fucking content, content, content. We are
Content, bro.
content
Life is content,
creators.
bro. Life is content.
Life is content, exactly. And this conversation has been fucking amazing, man. I thank you so much for
I've had a
having
great
it with
time,
me
man.
and allowing, yeah. So this just sort of relates a little bit to when I asked you about, the sound of Kalima name, and the connection to Indiana Jones. I looked as hard as I could within the hour that I was doing this.
Yeah.
Where is the Temple of Doom track? Where can I find that? Where can I
Temple
find
of Doom
sound
track?
of?
How do you mean?
I was reading that there was a Temple of Doom track, and it was like a hard beat with like some Indian
Oh shit, dude.
influences, and I couldn't find
Bro,
it. I
you are
couldn't find
fucking. You're
it.
killing me right now. You're killing me. Hang on, dude. I have
Bruh,
my old beat folder open. Oh shit, I found it. I found it. Do you want
bro.
me to send it to you?
Send it to me. I can play it on stream right now if that's cool
Oh
with
my
you.
god, dude. I bet you it sucks ass, but no, I'm opening up Discord. I'll send it to you. Oh my god,
All right.
I can't believe you, man. I can't believe you.
Bruh,
That's
like
crazy.
I'm doing
That's
what I can.
crazy.
I'm taking that page straight out of good old Nardwar.
That's
Did you?
That's
Hell
crazy.
yeah, brother.
I didn't even remember that, you know? That's the fucking mad, bro. That's mad. I don't even know where it is on the internet. Like it doesn't exist. I don't know how you
That's what
where
I was
can I
saying.
ask you where you found out about that?
I want to say an old interview of your guys's.
Jesus.
I want to say I read an old interview from like 2017, maybe something like that.
Good
And
lord,
I
dude.
think I think they mentioned it. Either they mentioned it or or one of you two mentioned it in there. And I was
Dude,
like, that
can I
track
tell you,
sounds fucking
I
sick.
thought that beat was so hard, but fucking no one would take it.
Well, dude,
No one would take it.
let's let the internet decide. Let me pull it up. Did
Oh,
you
man,
throw it in
I
Discord?
can't upload it for some reason.
Okay,
Maybe I can
that's all
find it on
good.
SoundCloud. Um, I can't upload it because the file's too massive, but I
Oh
think I
shit,
might
yeah.
have a private link potentially. But also,
Okay.
dude, you said you had another question. Maybe I can answer that while I try to.
Yeah. So this was kind of yeah, so I'll just read it. It seems to me, you, my friend, do you mind if I what should I call you?
Dude,
I
you
don't know if we've
can,
established that.
my
What would you like me to
so
call you?
everybody calls me Kalima or Kalima,
Kalima?
however you
Okay.
want to say it. But
Okay.
my actual name is Sal.
Okay, Sal. Thank
Yeah,
you. Yeah, I didn't know because I know that you're a duo, so
yeah.
I didn't know if I didn't know if the other would get offended.
Oh no,
But
no, no, no. He's fine. He knows.
he's
Dude, everybody calls me Kalima because I think
okay,
I've been
that's what's
showing my
up.
face a bit more, you know. So like, it
Yeah.
is what it
That's what's
is, you
up.
know.
That's what's up. Well, good to
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
All right, so Kalima, it
yes.
seems to me, and this is just my little blurb, but it seems to me you seem to be the embodiment of a true modern Renaissance artist. You have, from what I've seen, the genres that you've done tracks in fucking range all over the fucking map, and is some
Yeah,
of the
man.
one of the most impressive bodies of work I think I've seen, honestly, just in terms of the range of stuff that
Thank you,
you've
man.
tackled.
Thank you. I respect
Um,
that.
how do you keep it fresh? Like, is there some trick to it? Do you just fucking play what's in your mind? Like what's your process for, finding all these
Um,
different sounds?
so for myself, um, shit. Also, dude, there's something else on my mind, real quick. I couldn't find
No,
Temple of
go
Doom.
for it, bro.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's okay, man. It's fine. It's cool. We can throw it in the Discord whenever, or just upload it. Just upload it so I can hear it, please.
Oh,
I need to hear
100%.
it.
Once I can convert it into an MP3, I'll send it over to you. It's too large because
Word
it's a
up.
wave.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. I hear
but
you, man. I hear you.
what keeps the reason I have so much, or we have so much diversity in our sound is, first I'll just say my favorite artist of all time is Gorillaz. And you listen to
There you
Gorillaz,
go.
like
There you
they
go.
have their sound is super varied, you know. But I'm also a fan of all kinds of music, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I haven't done country yet. Remains to be seen. I don't know if I'll ever do country,
Okay.
but never say never. You know.
This is
But
Kalima County.
dude, bro, like I grew up listening to soul, and I grew up listening
Hell yeah.
to metal and hip hop and pop, and I always had an open mind to it. So the how do I do it? Was that the question? How do I do it, or like how do I find the
Yeah.
energy to do it?
Yeah, like, well, I guess just where do you find inspiration? I guess.
The inspiration, correct,
Um,
right? Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Man, I think my mind is like many people. It's like you know what I mean? It's different.
Yeah.
There's different
Okay. All
musicians
right.
in my head, you know? So
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Hell yeah.
um every musician has to be satisfied, and like if I'm feeling mad, dude, sometimes I'll write like a really like a drop C riff that's metal and whatever,
Yes.
but you know,
Yes.
sometimes I'll have soul songs that are like really angry too, you know. So like the inspiration behind it, dude, it's just like whatever comes out of my hands, you know,
Okay.
like it's really whatever happens with these hands and whatever my mind is hearing,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I listen to all kinds of music, and um I think that also kind of speaks to one of my philosophies around like music is like I find music mysterious just like I find the universe and mathematics mysterious. I love all three of those
Yes.
things. I suck at math though. You know, and the universe
Yeah.
is a beautiful thing. But my uh my thing with music is like, bro, I can look at your face and write a melody. How do I make that translation? You know, so
Yes. Yes.
I try to keep my mind open to all kinds of sounds, and my
Okay.
inspiration open to all kinds of sounds. Because if I look at this mouse here, maybe this mouse is giving me a fucking metal riff, you know? So that's like I just have to keep my mind open about that. I can't be closed off towards any genre of music. One day maybe, bro, I'll look at something or hear something or someone will say something to me and I'll be like, that's country, and I need to write a
Yeah.
country song, you know?
Hell
So
yeah. Very
um
interesting.
yeah, and like for me, I love when I listen to a song, dude, like it's probably the blessing and the curse of a musician. I can't
Yeah.
listen to music anymore for just purely just for enjoyment's sake. You know, I study,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, I
Mm-hmm.
study the song production, the progression, the song structure, everything like that. And
Yeah.
I learn, you know, it goes into my head and it goes into your head and it goes into every musician's head, like when
Yes.
they hear a
Yeah.
song. So like in a way we appreciate music on a much deeper level because we play it
Yeah.
and make it, you
Yeah.
know. And
I'd say
that's
so.
because we listen to a lot of different kinds of music that gets put in our brain and then it comes out from our hands, you know. So that's how I stay inspired. I also get very bored
Oh
of
yeah.
the same sound, you know.
Yes. I hear
Yeah,
that.
bro.
I definitely hear that. Well, I think that's all I got for you, my man. Is there anything, any message, any promo you would like to do?
Um,
You got anything coming out? Anything dropping? What's up with you?
Yes,
What's the
sir.
new?
So we've got, as I said before, we've got merch out. We've got t-shirts. We've got hoodies. We've got we call them toques up in Canada, but beanies for my American friends.
Toots?
And
Interesting. Okay.
they're all, you can find them all at www.soundofkalima.com.
Okay.
And we're dropping an EP, our first EP.
Uh-oh, what did I do? Hold on one second. Man, I think I fucked this up. Hold on.
Keep your head up, man. Keep your head up. Wait, yo, did you cut out? Did the stream cut out for a sec?
Yeah, fucking Discord, I guess, kicks you out of the chat if you're like inactive for too
Oh,
long.
ew, man. Oh, fuck.
Weirdly.
Well,
Yeah, fucking
should I
Discord.
repeat what I was
But we're
saying?
back. Yes, yes, please. I missed it. I didn't hear you.
All right, no worries. No, so real quick, we've got merch. We've got clothing merch on our website,
Okay,
www.soundofkalima.com. We're trying to make $5,000 off of merch this year. We'll do
let's
another
go.
merch rollout when this round sells out, which is coming close and closer to, which is great to see. And we have our first EP coming out on
Let's
May
go.
18th of this year called Sick Puppies, being distributed by a record label out in New York.
Fuck yeah,
And
New York City, baby.
yes, and We have what else was I gonna say? We're working on, dude. Let me wait. I have all this shit written down my fridge. Give me a sec. Give me a
No,
sec.
go grab it. Go grab it.
So okay. Partner. No. We're dropping 6 EPs this year plus 2 albums.
Oh my fucking god.
We're trying to make 5,000 plus from merch, and
Let's go.
that's pretty much it in terms of like what we're doing. What's going on for us, the self promo. Also, I wanted to say you went to that Billie Eilish concert, right? Yo, one of my artists
I
was there
did.
too. So shouts out.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
go.
But yeah, that's all I have. I wanna say thank you for having me on, man.
Of course,
This
my
was a
man.
beautiful
My
experience.
pleasure. Yeah, we'll
I
have
love
to do it
talking
again.
to you, bro. You're such a good person.
Same, man.
And Chibibi, Canada, everybody who was watching and listening, and everybody who's gonna be watching and listening. Shouts out to you guys. Keep your heads up. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Don't let one bad thing in life define the rest of it. So fuck it. Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's
awesome,
me.
man. Thanks again. I'm going to wrap
Thank
this
you.
up. I got some kitties to feed. I will catch you on the flip side, my dude. See you
All right,
later.
man. Peace. Thank you so much, man.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right. You too, man. See you later. All right. So, like I said, fucking lovely stream today. Oh, man. The second stream in our Friday showcase of all the homies. Go give Sound of Kalima a follow. Go grab his merch. He's putting the work in and makes lovely music. Chibibi, thank you so much for hanging out. Canada, if you're still here, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm gonna play an ad for our sponsor, and I will call it an evening. So have a lovely evening, folks.